Good morning, Athens, and welcome to Education Matters, the official voice of the youth. Education Matters is sponsored by Drug-Free Athens, helping to prevent substance abuse by youth. Ellison's Professional Services. When it comes to your tax return, go with who you know. Ellison's Professional Services. Athens Bounce House Rental, where it's their pleasure to be a part of your celebration. And your local internet station, MEURadioAthens.com. My name is Aiden Dowdy, and joining me in the studio are
Michaela Rattery,
Aiden Stevens,
and Nivea Hood.
And today on Education Matters, we will be talking about Black Philanthropy Month with our guest, Mr. Rick Dunn. But before we jump into today's show, Michaela will give us our words to grow on.
The words to grow on for this week is, our ultimate freedom is the right and power to decide how anybody or anything outside of ourselves will affect us. This was said by Stephen Goat. Cool.
Thank you to Michaela. And again, before we jump back into today's show, I will give us our history fact. Did you know that on July 30th, 1956, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the law making "In God We Trust," the official national motto of the United States. The motto was later added to the U.S. paper currency and became a widely recognized symbol reflecting the nation's history and values during the Cold War era. Today, "In God We Trust" continues to appear on U.S. coins and paper money and remains the country's official national motto. And that was your history fact. So, Mr. Dunn, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what Black Philanthropy Month is?
Yes. Obviously, I am the founder of the High School Completion Initiative, which is the parent organization over Education Matters, and Education Matters Youth Reporters, and also Athens Pupils. All of these are programs that we created to help increase students' ability to acquire the skills, the confidence, and the abilities to do something post-secondary, to graduate from high schools and be able to go to college, join the military, find a good job. So we use journalism as the driving, I guess, attraction to be a part of our programs. But at the same time, what we're trying to do is increase literacy skills, critical thinking, team building, and job readiness skills. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I've been in Athens too long. I came here in 1971, so I've been here a long time. So a lot of people like to think that they taught me in school. They didn't. I did not go to school here other than the University of Georgia. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and graduated from Calvin Coolidge High School up there, and came here, like I said, to go to college. So, but to answer your other question, Black Philanthropy Month is an annual celebration, and actually it's a global celebration, every August, where we're trying to recognize the need for funding of what they call Black-led change organizations. And change organizations is another way of saying nonprofits that do work in our communities to try to make a difference in our communities. This is, like I said, it's a nation or a global thing. People in Africa are celebrating it. All over the world, people are recognizing this month. And the goal is to, one, a philanthropist is someone who basically gives money to causes. So it's trying to increase those foundations, those individuals who give money, to make them give more money to Black-run nonprofit organizations.
Okay. Next question.
How did upbringing or early experiences shape your commitment to philanthropy and community giving?
Most people that run, most Black people, let's put it this way, that run a nonprofit organization, created an organization based off of personal experience. So I like working with youth, and I like working with youth to identify skills that a lot of people say they don't have, that to build confidence and all of that. And to be honest with you, as a child, I had a lot of self-doubt. wasn't the most confident person in the world. Definitely was not one who liked to speak publicly. But I did have an appreciation of journalism, which made me get into the field. So basically, it's my life experience that led me down this path. The other thing is my Christian belief, and that is, as Christians, we are tasked with serving others. So, it's just a natural fit. So I'm taking my past experience and figuring out ways to help serve other people, help youth to believe in themselves and realize that they got the ability to do anything they want to do in life.
That's beautiful.
Mr. Dunn, do you know why Black Philanthropy Month is celebrated in August?
I don't know why they picked August of all months. That's a good question, but I really don't know why they picked August to do it. I think this is like something that's been around. Let me see. It started in 2011, so this is the 15th year of doing it. But why they picked August, I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of anything historically that's significant about August other than the only thing I can really think of come to mind was that the Civil Rights March on Washington, where Dr. King did his "I Have a Dream" speech, that was done in August. But that's the only thing I can really think of that connects from a historical perspective. But I really don't know why they chose August.
And Mr. Dunn, what are some examples of Black philanthropy that people experience every day without realizing it?
That's a good question, too. Boy, y'all getting good with y'all's questions. I think, any type of giving, donating towards the support of Black-run nonprofits, volunteerism is another way of giving. So it's not everything has to be in dollars and cents, although that's very important to the lifeblood of anything. Nonprofits are a business just like a grocery store. And if you don't have money, then you can't do what you need to do. But volunteerism is a way. Giving financial support is another way. Serving on people's boards of directors, that's another way to give back to nonprofit organizations.
Okay, so how did you get so well involved with Black Philanthropy Month?
Running a nonprofit organization. It makes you have to recognize that you got to raise money. You got to have money, and most nonprofits that are Black run have budgets of $50,000 or less. I think it's like 61% of Black-run nonprofits have a budget of $50,000 or less. The less money you have, the less you can really serve your community. So the goal is to try to generate more funds so you can do more service and help more people.
How are they able to get more funds if they have that limit?
Well, the limit isn't because of them. The limit is based off giving. The majority of big philanthropy organizations, and there are foundations and stuff set up around the world that give money to nonprofits around, globally. It's just that when it comes to giving to Black-run nonprofits, there's a huge discrepancy in the amount of money that's given. So if I can find my notes exactly. And then when they do give, they give mostly to the larger organizations. So I said, 50,000? So 61% of Black-run nonprofits have budgets below $100,000. Only 2% have budgets above $10 million. And it's kind of like, to a certain extent, when it comes to giving money, philanthropists tend to give to those who are better funded because they think that those people will use the money in a better way. It's like almost like equivalent to getting a loan. It seems like the poorer you are, the more interest you pay to get the loan, versus when you're rich, you get a lower interest. And when it comes to philanthropy, the smaller your budget, the less money people trust you with, which doesn't make sense to me, because if you talk to the people in this community, in Athens community, they will tell you that the small, especially Black-run nonprofits, when it comes to serving the needs of our community, they do the bulk of the work. But we get the least amount of the revenue coming in.
Yeah, that really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So that the whole initiative behind Black Philanthropy Month is try to make those who do have the money to start paying more attention to the work that's being done by the smaller nonprofits and making more sizable contributions to that work.
Well, Mr. Dunn, I want to ask you this. Black philanthropy is often described as giving time, talent, and resources, and not just money. Can you share an early example of how you engage this kind of giving, whether through mentorship, volunteer, or advocacy?
I'm trying to think how to answer your question. Of course, when you say you mean how I've done it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think I've done it all my life, giving of my time and my service to helping people that I felt could benefit from my limited knowledge or my support. I think a lot of people in Athens recognize me as have doing that, working with youth in the community, working with people with mental health issues, homeless, just a variety of organizations. I know you got to take a break so we can come back to this on the other side of that break.
And with that, we'll be right back after a quick run of commercials.
Looking to make your next party unforgettable? Then bounce into the fun with Athens Bounce House Rentals. We've got over 40 amazing inflatables, including bounce houses, exciting water slides, obstacle courses, and interactive games that will keep everyone smiling all day long. Need decorations too? We also offer over 40 colorful banners to help make your celebration extra special. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, on grass or concrete, Athens Bounce House Rentals has the perfect setup for birthdays, school events, church festivals, family reunions, and community celebration. And don't forget, mention this ad and ask about our 10% off special. Athens Bounce House Rentals is licensed, insured, and ready to bring the fun to your next event. Call Troy today at 706-202-8357 or visit www.athensbouncehouses.com. Athens Bounce House Rentals, bringing the fun one bounce at a time.
This is an important message from Isaiah Ellison of Ellison's Professional Services, LLC. Did you know that under IRS rules, you can pay your minor child up to $15,750 a year that will not be taxable to your child, but you can still deduct it on your tax return? Keep the money in the family and go with who you know. Ellison's Professional Services.
Are you passionate about sports like football, basketball, or even flag football? The Athens-Clarke County High School Completion Initiative is looking for students in grades 8th through 12th to broadcast high school and Little League sports live on MURadioAthens.com. If you or someone you know is motivated, dependable, and ready to learn what it takes to break into the exciting world of sports broadcasting, this is your chance. To apply, submit your audition tape to HSCI@ACC-HSCI.org. Don't just watch the game, call it on your local internet radio station, MURadioAthens.com. Apply today. Let your broadcasting journey begin.
This is Juice Arabia with an underage drinking myth and fact sponsored by Judge Free Athens. Myth: I can drink alcohol and not have any problems. Fact: if you are under 21 years old, alcohol is a big problem. It is illegal Kids who drink are more likely to get poor grades in school and are at higher risk of being crime victims. That was an underage drinking myth and fact sponsored by Drug Free Athens. For more information on preventing youth substance abuse, go to drugfreeathens.org.
You're still here with Education Matters, the official voice of the youth. My name is Aiden Dowdy, and joining me in the studio are
Michaela Battery,
Aiden Stevens,
And Nivea Hood.
and we are still talking to our guest, Mr. Rick Dunn, about Black Philanthropy. But before we jump back into today's show, Nivea will give us our word of the week.
The word of the week is philanthropy, meaning the act of helping others by giving your time, money, skills, or resources to improve lives and make communities stronger. The origin comes from the ancient Greek words philos, meaning love, and anthropes, meaning humanities or people. Together they mean love of humanity. Used in a sentence, philanthropy helps people by encouraging others to give their time, money, or kindness to those in need. And that was Nivea with your word of the week.
I like that definition. And it ties into the question that Michaela asked me before the break about how I've done it. And I like to think, and none of us are perfect, so I ain't paint I'm this golden angel picture, but I really have always enjoyed helping other people. I have found in my life's experience that even when I was in my greatest point of need, that there was always somebody who was in a worse situation than I was. And if I helped them, I felt better about my own situation. That makes sense?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so it's giving your time. It is sharing love for humanity, your love for humanity with other people who need that love, who need that help.
That's a good motto to have.
But earlier we were talking about the differences between the big nonprofits and the smaller nonprofits. Let me this data. The majority white nonprofits receive about 30 times as much foundation money as black nonprofits. The figure they use is that the majority white-led organizations received about $85 billion. This is collectively, and there's a bunch of nonprofits around the globe, where black-led organizations have access to less than $3 billion.
Wow.
So a lot of times when you look at the social issues of a lot of countries, they impact people of color to a greater degree than they do white people. But if the people who look like the folks who are impacted the most got the least amount of money, then it limits our ability to solve our own problems. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important to give and volunteer and all of that, but at the end of the day, in order for black nonprofits to thrive and to do more to help benefit our community, we need money. There is no way to sugarcoat it. When I first started this, or I shouldn't say, when I was directed, that's spiritual, to start this thing, I was working full-time for the school system. So I was taking my own personal dollars and running this organization. And when we first started, we only had 2 kids who we were training how to do what you guys do. Well, you can't really serve or make a big impact on the community if you're only serving 2 people, right?
Right.
So, okay, in order to help more, you had to start reaching more. Well, the more people you try to reach, the more it costs to do. Say, well, why, Mr. Dunn, why don't you just help 20,000 people all by yourself? Because I can't do it by myself. You need people to do it. And to actually have a nonprofit organization, everybody thinks it's about volunteerism. But to get some of the grants that you have to have, or to the first grant I got, there were 2 requirements that before I didn't have to worry about when I was just doing it myself, but when I tried to grow. The first one was they wanted me to have an office. Well, who gives away an office space? Now, if the church had given us an office, then that could have taken care of that, but that wasn't the case. The other thing they want you to do is have insurance, liability insurance, all types of insurance. Last year we spent over $9,000 just on insurance.
Jesus.
Well,
And that was just so we could have the opportunity to serve other people in this community.
I mean, that's a lot.
And that money, most grants don't cover it. That means you got to come up with that money from somewhere else. But you can't get the grant money if you don't have the insurance. So there's more to it than just, and at this level, it's more to it than just donating my time. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
I want this organization to grow to the point where not only, where we don't have to worry about anything. Our mission is to try to help young people acquire the skills so they can live a prosperous, productive life. I want children to be able to escape poverty. I want children to be able to have, for lack of a better way to describe it, the American dream. I want you to, I want you to know that you have the ability and the right to have that. I want to open those doors for you. I want you to be able to see that. And I want to do it for as many children as possible. Last year we served over 60 people. And so we went from starting with just serving 2 to serving 60.
That's amazing.
But that takes time and it takes money. And we'll probably get to this, but it's important that people decide, if you want to volunteer, we'll take your time. There are a lot of jobs that we have, or there's a lot of responsibilities that I have, that if we could delegate, then I could spend more time trying to build us up financially. One of the things that we've done with our program, don't be afraid to cut me off, but you can ask your questions. Okay, like I said, we started out with 2 people, and they enjoyed it. But last year we employed 10 people. Now, various degree of pay, that little stipend you give y'all, but I still count y'all as an employees. But the people we employed youth.
Not too much about
who find it difficult to get a job. We employed people who lived in public housing who find it difficult to get jobs. We employed college students or people who were former students of our program who found it difficult to get a job. We employed someone who had a disability and no one would hire to work. So we hired them so they could get some job experience because it changed the laws around people getting food stamps and Medicaid, saying that if you that you had to work in order to receive those benefits. Well, if you never had a job and you're disabled, nobody would hire you. How you supposed to do that? Okay, so even in getting money, we're giving it back out to serve people. We had a budget last year of $115,000. That was our operating budget. And thanks to 47. You know who 47 is?
No.
No clue.
Huh?
No clue.
Your president.
That's not my president.
Okay.
I didn't vote for him. So.
All right, but they went in. Last week y'all had Dr. Scott on.
Trump?
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Scott talked about, one of the things she talked about was, because y'all asked her questions about funding and all of that. Mm-hmm. One of her concerns was the loss of federal dollars. Well, a lot of those federal dollars before Trump were put in the forms of grants that helped small nonprofits throughout the country, or help nonprofits throughout the country, and small ones got some of that money. But they took out $165 billion. That's no longer available to schools, to small nonprofits, and all that. So just because they took the money away didn't make the problem go away. So we got to address the problem, or we still got to serve the problem. We still got to come up with revenue to continue to serve the community and help children become better adults. So, yeah, this is about money. It's about getting people to understand, especially people of color, need to understand that we got to give back to the things in our community that definitely have our interests at heart.
Those were some heavy words right there, Mr. Dunn.
Oh, I got some more heavy stuff for you.
So I do want to ask. So you would consider yourself a very involved person in the community, right?
Yeah, probably too involved. If you listen to my wife,
It's not
No
today.
such thing.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
it is. I mean, because I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I've been doing this stuff a long time. I've been doing this type of work in this community really since I first came to Athens. When I was a college student at UGA in the 70s, I used to go out into the community. I was a photographer for the school, Red and Black. I was the first black photographer for the newspaper. I used to go out into the community and teach photography to kids in the community. So you're talking about 50 some odd years of trying to help kids discover skills. That's a long time.
Older than normal.
Right.
And I'm not any younger. You know, I'm getting older, getting to the point where it's time for me to go sit on the porch. But it's important to me that there's something in place, because when I'm dead and gone, the issues of our community, poverty, illiteracy, all the things that impediments to us, they're going to be there. Somebody's got to be able to pick up the mantle and continue to do this work. And it's not about a legacy for me. It's about saving our community, ensuring the future of our community. I see you flashing that sign. I'll shut up and let you go do your thing.
And with that, we'll be right back after a quick run of commercials.
This is an important message from Isaiah Ellison of Ellison's Professional Services, LLC. Do you want to give yourself a raise, increase your credit score, and save money at the same time? Then pay your bills on the due date. Don't use a grace period, because if you do, your credit score is going to go down and you're going to pay more in interest rates and fees. Remember, go with who you know. Ellison's Professional Services.
Being part of a program like the Athens-Clarke County High School Completion Initiative wasn't something I was too excited about doing at first. I didn't like reading or writing about things I didn't care about, and I still don't. But when you're doing it for a community of people that you do care about, it gets a little easier each time. Being in the ACC-HSCI made me realize that even if you don't like doing something, it's worth it if it helps the people around you. The Many Voices One Movement campaign is a fundraising event where you can help fund the ACC-HSCI and help us continue our mission of educating the youth of Athens.
Looking to make your next party unforgettable? Then bounce into the fun with Athens Bounce House Rentals. We've got over 40 amazing inflatables, including bounce houses, exciting water slides, obstacle courses, and interactive games that will keep everyone smiling all day long. Need decorations too? We also offer over 40 colorful banners to help make your celebration extra special. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, on grass or concrete, Athens Bounce House Rentals has the perfect setup for birthdays, school events, church festivals, family reunions, and community celebration. And don't forget, mention this ad and ask about our 10% off special. Athens Bounce House Rentals is licensed, insured, and ready to bring the fun to your next event. Call Troy today at 706-202-8357 or visit www.athensbouncehouses.com. Athens Bounce House Rentals, bringing the fun one bounce at a time.
Happy Red Ribbon Week. This year's theme is Life is a Puzzle, Solve it Drug-Free. Each healthy choice you make is a perfect piece that builds your future. By saying no to drugs, you are saying yes to your health, your dreams, and your community. When you choose positivity, you're building a masterpiece where you can reach for the stars. Keep adding those bright pieces. We believe in you. This message is brought to you by Drug Free Athens, reminding you to stay drug-free and keep your puzzle shining bright.
You're still here with Education Matters, the official voice of the youth. My name is Aiden Dowdy, and joining me in the studio are
Michaela Rattery,
Aiden Stevens,
and Nivea Hood.
And we are still talking to our guest, Mr. Richard Dunn, about Black Philanthropy. But before we jump back into today's show, Michaela will give us our scholarship.
This is Michaela with your scholarship. Your scholarship today is a whole ratio Alger scholarship program. Scholarships ranging from $10,000 to $25,000. Eligibility: high school juniors and seniors planning to go to college. Demonstrated financial need. Minimum 2.0 GPA. U.S. citizen. Students who have overcome adversity and shown perseverance. Application process: complete the online application. Submit a high school transcript. Provide information about financial need. Write short essays describing personal challenges and future goals. How to apply: students can visit wholeratioalger.org to learn more about eligibility requirements, deadlines, and submit an application. And that was your scholarship given to you by Michaela.
Thank you to Michaela. So, Mr. Dunn, as someone who has a nonprofit, how can people help donate to said nonprofit?
Well, there's a couple of ways, and again, we'll take some volunteers because we got some work that we could use people who will help us with IT, computer stuff. We could use some people to help with accounting and record keeping, and like we need some volunteers to help us do our programs in the schools. We have an after-school program called Education Matters Youth Reporters, where we're teaching journalism to elementary school kids, grades 3 through 5. Last year, now it's really a literacy program to improve their literacy skills. Last year, that particular program, 83% of the kids that were in our program had an improvement in their reading levels. Starting from the beginning of the school to the end of school, we use the iReady score, the test. So we take their fall score and then we compare it to their spring score. 83% of the kids in our program increased their score from fall to the spring. Some of the kids, where there was one person that they were in the 3rd grade, and they started the school reading on a kindergarten level, and they finished the year reading on the 2nd grade level. So you can help us do that type of work. Or you can just make a donation to us. You can go to our website, which is www.ACC-HSCI.org. and go to the About Us. Go to the About Us page or button, and it'll say donate, and you can click donate, and you can donate through that method, or you can just write a check and mail it to us at 855 Sunset Drive, Suite 12, and that would be helpful. Or you can call me and I'll come pick check up. But this whole thing isn't about just us. There are lots of good nonprofits, small nonprofits in this community doing great work. So whether you help us or you help another small nonprofit, it would be greatly appreciated. And this month on Education Matters, every week we will be focusing on a different small Black-led nonprofit organization. I forget who's coming next week, but every week there'll be a different nonprofit coming in to talk about what they do. We would like to get you money, but I just want us as a community to rally around these people who are making tremendous sacrifices to do tremendous service in our community. And, it'd just be a great thing to do, which is why we're opening the opportunity. We got the platform that nobody else has in terms of giving exposure to our nonprofit organizations. So we're going to share our platform. One of the things that we need to do as small nonprofits is to do more collaborative ventures. So we're going to work on that again. We used to do it, and now we want to get back to it. But you can go to our webpage, make a donation, you can send a check, you can do whatever you want to do. Right now, we got a campaign we're calling the 855 campaign. So you can give $8.55, you can give $85.50, you can give us $850 at $5, or you can give it anywhere in between. And I sat down and did some math. One of the things you guys have been doing, and y'all have done a tremendous job with it, is you guys have been pushing, encouraging people to go donate, use your Kroger Plus card. Right? So get your Kroger Plus card, and you go in to Kroger Plus, and they got this thing up with where you can donate money to different organizations. You can go in and identify us and donate. Let me tell you about that Kroger Plus thing, and I think it's great, and I want everybody to continue to do that. With the Kroger Plus card, they give you money quarterly, okay? You have to make at least $25 for them to cut you a check. Last quarter, which was our best quarter ever doing this, we got a check for $57.89.
Wait, repeat that?
What? We had a check for $57.89.
What?
Only 27 households in this area have us as their nonprofit of choice. Okay? Now, and we appreciate that. Now, don't think anything I'm saying is unappreciative. But a couple of things about that. One, Kroger, yes, they make a donation. Who gets the tax break on that? No.
Oh.
Kroger does.
Oh.
Kroger writes a check to a nonprofit organization, and they get to write it off their taxes.
Oh.
That makes sense. Okay.
I understand.
If those 27 people would give $8.55 a month to our organization, and God knows you can't hardly go into the grocery store and buy anything for $8.55 anymore. But if they gave that $8.55 to us directly, okay, it comes out to $102.60 a year.
And that's per person?
Yeah.
That times 27?
That times 20. That's just how much it is per month.
One person.
One person. But if you multiply that by 27, that's $2,770.20. Versus if we keep averaging $57.89 a quarter from Kroger, we're only going to get $231.56 for the whole year.
So basically, the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. The more people that give, the better. My goal, well, let's say, like I said earlier, I don't think I said this. 79% of the people that we serve in this organization are African American youth.
Right.
If the Black community in Athens decided they wanted to make a real difference in the lives of the people and children in this community, I got an idea for you. In Clarke County in 2025, there were 33,970 African Americans in this community. If 10% of this community, or the black community, gave us a donation of, what was it, $100 a month? Bottom line is, that $855 a month. We could have $348,352.20 a year.
Whoa. Well, you said, say it one more time.
If 10% of the black population in Athens, Georgia, would donate $8.55 a month to this organization or to any nonprofit organization, with all the nonprofit organizations, we would generate $348,532.20 in a year.
So all you gotta do is just donate $8 and then.
Yeah. Pick a group and just give them $8. What's $8?
$8.
I mean, it's not a lot of money.
It's not
by itself, but it collectively becomes great. But like I said earlier, we serve 79%. 79% of the people we serve are black, right?
Right.
So if 76%. If 76% of the African American population in Athens-Clarke County gave $8.55 a month, we could generate $2,648,824 a year.
Okay, how much math did you do?
It's just a multiplication.
It is multiplication, but the point is, we're sitting up here waiting for, most of the foundations are white-run, and I've already said, they give $80-some billion to white-run foundations or white-run nonprofits, and they give $30 million to black-run nonprofits. We could fix our own problems for nonprofits, for black-run nonprofits ourselves. With $8.55 a month.
Wait for him to finish. I knew it was still coming.
Huh?
I was like, you was looking like, because I thought she was like, are you gonna finish? And I was just like, I was just waiting for him to finish because I know he got more up there.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The problems that we have as a community are addressable by us.
We just need to come together.
We need to come together and do it. Like I said earlier, we had a budget last year of $115,717.66. You want to be particular about it. Probably the most, and I think it's the best run, black run nonprofit in this community is Chesson Community.
Yeah.
And they had a budget of operating budget in 2023 of $316,662.
Oh, interesting.
That's but the more money that Life has, the more he can do. The more, and I think Life has I think he has the Class Act program of nonprofits, of black-run nonprofits in this community. But let me give you some figures from some other organizations that people think about. Family Connection Communities in Schools. I'm going to ignore that this time. They had a budget of $1.6 million. The Boys and Girls Club, which I think does, all these groups I think do phenomenal work, had a budget of $3 million.
Ooh-wee.
The Habitat for Humanity had a budget of $4.2 million. Athens Land Trust had a budget of $4.6 million. And the Food Bank of Northeast Georgia, which again does great work, had a budget of $36.9 million. All of these groups serve people, but I'm of the opinion, and this is my opinion, Food Bank, Land Trust, and stuff like that, they're great organizations, and yes, they are anti-poverty organizations. care if I get in trouble. I'm too old to worry about getting in trouble. But I think our program is a program designed to help people escape poverty. The food bank is important, but I think what it basically does is help you be more comfortable in your poverty. Yes, I'm feeding you, so you ain't starving to death. But am I teaching you how to get out of your poverty situation? We teach people how to get out of their poverty situation. We've had kids who grew up in public housing, who grew up in single-parent households, who had brothers and sisters who have been, handicapped, had sisters who were single with teenage parents. We've had kids who've been homeless. We've helped them graduate from college. We've helped them get jobs in the military. We've helped them get jobs at TV stations. We've helped people escape living in public housing. We've employed people who live in public housing. We want to be able to build an industry or an organization that can not only hire people, but can hire people at a livable, more than livable wage. The average CEO of a nonprofit in Clarke County makes $81,938 a year. That's the average salary. That's almost our whole budget for the year. And I'm not begrudging those people for making that type of money. The point is, we can build our own. We can create opportunities for our kids. One of the things that people cry about a lot about in this community is, okay, we educate our children, they go off to college, they don't come back. What they're coming back to? And why can't we create the vehicles that will have them come back and they can make a good living? You can take your break now.
And with that, we will be right back after a quick run of commercials.
Stop scrolling. This takes 30 seconds. Open your Kroger app, search ACC High School Completion Initiatives Incorporated, and hit enroll. That's it. You shop, we educate. Make your groceries count.
Good morning and happy Red Ribbon Week. Remember, life is a puzzle, solve it drug-free. Every puzzle piece is different, just like you. Staying drug-free means protecting your health and embracing what makes you special. You don't need drugs to fit in. The best puzzles are made when every piece shines in its own way. Be proud, be you, and keep adding positive pieces to your life's big picture. Celebrate your uniqueness. Live drug-free with support from Drug-Free Athens.
This is an important message from Isaiah Ellison of Ellison's Professional Services, LLC. Do you want to save money and build wealth for your family? Then do a household budget. And then live on 90% of your income and save the other 10%. Remember, it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. And remember, go with who you know, Ellison's Professional Services.
Looking to make your next party unforgettable? Then bounce into the fun with Athens Bounce House Rentals. We've got over 40 amazing inflatables, including bounce houses, exciting water slides, obstacle courses, and interactive games that will keep everyone smiling all day long. Need decorations too? We also offer over 40 colorful banners to help make your celebration extra special. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, on grass or concrete, Athens Bounce House Rentals has the perfect setup for birthdays, school events, church festivals, family reunions, and community celebration. And don't forget, mention this ad and ask about our 10% off special. Athens Bounce House Rentals is licensed, insured, and ready to bring the fun to your next event. Call Troy today at 706-202-8357 or visit www.athensbouncehouses.com. Athens Bounce House Rentals, bringing the fun one bounce at a time.
You're still here with Education Matters, the official voice of the youth. My name is Aiden Dowdy, and joining me in the studio are
Michaela Reddery,
Aiden Stevens,
and Nivea Hood.
and we are still talking to our guest, Mr. Richard Dunn, about Black Philanthropy Month. But before we jump back into today's show, Nivea will give us our 2-year health.
This is Nivea with your 2-year health. Sexually transmitted diseases are infections that spread through sexual contact. Anyone can get STDs, but they're most common among young people ages 15 to 24. Many STDs do not cause symptoms at first, but if left untreated, they can lead to serious health problems, including infertility and other long-term complications. Black Americans are diagnosed with STDs at higher rates than any other racial group, mainly because of the difference in access to health care, testing, treatment, and sexual health education, not because of the race itself. Some ways to prevent STDs are using condoms correctly, getting tested regularly, limiting your number of sexual partners, talking openly with your partner about sexual health, and getting vaccinated for HPV and other hepatitis B if recommended.
Thank you, Sir Nivea.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. I said earlier, if we can get 76% of the black population to give $8.55 a month to the nonprofits of this community, we raise over $2.6 million.
Right.
And also, what I said earlier was that we need money to grow and to strengthen our organization and create job opportunities. But if we had that type of money, what would you like to see us do to help the community? Or how can we help kids better?
Well, maybe give out school clothes and book bags and stuff, because some people can't afford school clothes, so they'll just send their kids and hand-me-downs and stuff like that.
Like a back-to-school drive.
Back-to-school drive, buying clothes. Okay, what else?
I'll say I just want to see more people getting involved into Education Matters. Eventually, I want to see Education Matters in a big old building, not huge skyscraper, but I want to see Education Matters as its own building, as its own place that people just drive, people actually bring their kids. I want to see more community in the youth. Basically, I want to see Education Matters grow.
Okay.
And also, I feel like we could do something like a open mic to everybody, and we could try to give new people opportunities, just get the mic and go, and see what they can do, and see if we can get some recruitment that way too, and just open up the floor and see what they can do.
Okay, and reach more people, provide more opportunity to the people. Yeah. I agree with all of that, and that's why Black philanthropy is important, and that's why, yes, we would like the big philanthropic organizations to donate to us, but more importantly, we as a community had to start investing in ourselves so we can have the type of growth that we want. One of the things that I'd like to see us do is set up a scholarship fund. If I'm going to be pushing people to try to graduate from high school and continue their education either by going to a technical school or a trade school or going to college, then not only do we need to show y'all how to get into a college, we need to help you be able to pay to go to college. Right. So I'd like to set up a fund that's a scholarship fund to help the youth that we serve in this community continue their education. So you're not worried about, we couldn't pay everybody's full tuition, but we certainly could help by providing a scholarship. I would like to continue expanding so we could hire more youth. One of the worst things about living in Athens-Clarke County, I think, is that when it comes to entry-level jobs, you guys got to compete against University of Georgia students. And why can't we provide the same type of employment opportunities here, and you're not competing against them? And so, youth employment becomes less of an issue than it is right now. Other thing I want to continue doing is helping you guys get the skills. One thing that we've learned over the years is that the students who've been through this program, when they do go to college, they are much better prepared for success in college, especially those who major in journalism. They go into the journalism programs knowing more than a lot of the students that are already there, because they've already had the hands-on, the real life experience producing radio shows, writing scripts, reading, all of that stuff. So, I mean, we want to do more to prepare more students to go out and be successful. So, yeah, we want to help fund your education. We want to employ more people. We just want to do more. And I like your idea of a bigger building. I've had my eyes on a building for a long time that I thought would be perfect for this organization. And it actually is 2 buildings. And if I could buy it, I would open it up and make it I would provide office space for other small nonprofit organizations. So they could, flourish and do what they need to do. Of course, we had to pay them, charge them rent, but it'd be minimal, just enough to, to do what we have to do. But I just want to help.
Right.
Help us all be successful. And at the end of the day, that's why giving is so important. That's why service is so important, because it's about helping. It's about making the sacrifice to help each other become better people. And if you can't get with that, I don't know what your problem is. So yeah, if you want to help us out, $8.55 a month minimum. Go to our webpage, ACC-HSCI.org. Find the donation button, make your donation, or mail us a check, or call us up at 706-850-2626. Volunteer your time or offer your suggestions. I will say I got a call the other day. I'm not going to give a lot of details about it, but someone called me and said that they were planning, and I didn't know they were. They called and said that they were planning to create some type of major fundraiser for us, because they like the work we do. And this was a Black person. And I was like, wow, I was really touched by that. I told them, ain't nothing but God doing this one.
Right.
So this Black Philanthropy Month, we're going to have other nonprofits on to share their stories and tell you how you can support them. Whether you support us or support somebody else, let's support each other to make this a better community. And now you want to know, why does education matter to me?
Wait.
Okay,
just go ahead and
go ahead, ask a question.
Wait, I was going to say, you of all people know that here on Education Matters, we ask all of our guests the essential question, which is, why does education matter to you? You tried, it didn't work.
It is. Education is one of the keys to having a better life. And I think the more you know, the better you can serve others. But education without wisdom, it can be detrimental. So you want to not only get book smart, you want to have wisdom, and you also want to have a compassionate heart and be able to use that wisdom to the benefit of others, and education allows you to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Education Matters, the official voice of the youth. Education Matters is sponsored by Drug Free Athens, Ellison's Professional Services, Athens Bounce House Rentals, and MeURadioAthens.com. If you missed any portion of this program or would like to hear it again, it can be heard Saturday at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., Monday at 5:30 p.m., and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on MeURadioAthens.com. You can also listen on demand at our YouTube channel, Education Matters Network. Education Matters is a production of the High School Completion Initiative.
Ciao.